Hi guys and welcome to Nissemon. I'm Nisse and I love Pokemon. And today I got a treat for you and I really hope you think so too. This Sunday we had the second live stream in our relaxing Sunday live stream series. And today I'm gonna make the recap for that, so I hope you're all ready for that. We started out with some problems. We started out with problems in episode 1, so why not do it in episode 2? I do, however, hope that we don't have problems next Sunday, same time when I go live again. Livestream is already up, so you can go in there and see where it's live in your part of the world. Of course, for me, it is at 14 or 2 p.m. Danish time, but if you don't live in the same time zone than me, then it might change. Also, the fact that we go into winter time soon. Some countries do, some countries don't. And I follow the Danish clock, so when we go into winter time, the time may change in your country if you don't do the same. Just a small reminder for that. But basically, for some reason, the game didn't save last time, so I saw that half an hour before I went live. So I tried to catch up. Didn't quite do that, so the first half an hour of this live stream was me catching the rest up. Luckily, I had gotten through the beginning where it's just stop talking, let me move on. All of that I was gone through. So I hit Viridian City, Viridian Forest in the beginning of the live stream. Went through that same way as I did before, and then I headed straight for the gym. The difference here is that after the gym, we have some different Pokemons now because I caught different Pokemon, so my lineup is a little bit different. I, for instance, forgot to get Kakuna Matata. I will fix that next Sunday, I promise. But we have our Eevee at level 12, who we call Neevee, because we can. Then we have our Rattata, level 8, Bellsprout, level 10, Nidoran, male, level 10, Metapod, level 8, and a Pidgey, level 8. Again, I think the difference here is that I have a Bellsprout already, where I forgot that last time, so I put in Kakuna Matata instead. And then when I went back for Bellsprout, I traded out the Metapod, which I think already had evolved into a Butterfree at that point, but it haven't yet here. So there's a little bit of difference there. But then we start on the part that should be the Sunday's episode, so we get into that, and I will tell you more elaborate about that. So we start by going into the Pokemart and get 10 Great Balls. We already got 5 from Gary in the last episode. This is basically the last thing that happened before we went to the Pokemart, so we do that. And then we head east out of the city to Route 3. Here we meet the last Janice. I said Jessica in my video, I don't know why, but it is Janice. And she have a level 6 Oddish, so she wants to fight with my level 12 Neevee, which I don't think I have to explain how that went at all. Then we have our coach trainer, Karim, I think it's pronounced, where I was actually a bit terrifying because I don't think coach trainers was a thing in yellow. And the last time I went through Let's Go Eevee, I think I did that after Let's Go Pikachu. I remember vaguely that they were stronger, and I was right. But basically, he have a level 11 Bulbasaur, which is much higher level and a stronger Pokemon than most trainers in this area have. So he is clearly stronger. But I used my level 12 Neevee. That wasn't enough, so I put in Pidgey at level 8, who used Gust one time, but it simply wasn't enough. And then I ended with my male Nidoran at level 10, who used Peak, and finally beat that stupid Bulbasaur. I did, however, think that he was going to give me that Bulbasaur because I remember that someone in the game gave me a Bulbasaur somewhere, I think, but I'm not sure about that. So I actually keep talking to him just because I thought he was going to give me the Bulbasaur, but he didn't. But he gave me a Revine, so he gave me something. Um, then we moved on and met youngster Calvin. Youngster Calvin was one of these children. I've talked about them before. I don't know why they have a Pokemon when we are clearly double the age and just got an Aura first. But he have a sorry. He got a Sparrow at level 6, so I get on it with my Rattata level 8. And fairly fast kick his ass. Then it comes to Camper Victor, who have a Nidoran at male. Important detail, male at level 7. So I use my Rattata again at level 8 and beat his ass. Then I caught a few Pokemon, so I caught one Sparrow, two Rattatas, and a Ekans. And then we met youngster Ben, who have a Rattata level 6. So I, of course, used my Rattata level 9 and very fast beat his ass, even though our Rattata at this point was getting low in HP. After that, we meet Bugcatcher Greg, who have a Kakuna at level 5, and this is where I noticed I missed my Kakuna Matata. But I promise I will remember and we will get a Kakuna Matata again. So I used my Rattata at level 9 at this point, but because we already used him a lot, it wasn't enough. So therefore I need to throw in my Nidoran to finish the job off, which at this point is level 11. Then after that we are meeting Coach Trainer Oberon, I think it's pronounced. But I simply don't have the energy in my Pokemons at this point to actually believe that they can beat him. So I go straight for the Pokemon Center. Inside of the Pokemon Center, of course, I sent a lot of Pokemon that we just, everything we have double up, just sent that to Professor Oak, which he rewarded us with candy for. Which I spread evenly, I think, between my Eevee and my Nidoran, because it's the only two I have that I actually believe I will keep long term. If I am honest, I won't tell my Pokemon that, but honestly, we always need to plan for the future. So yeah, I'm sorry if anyone hates me for that. Then after that, we of course go back to Coach Trainer O'Brien. I'm not sure. Who have a level 13 Meowth. And the strongest I have at this point is my level 12 Eevee, but it really isn't an issue anyway, so we beat his ass anyway and go straight for Mount Moon. At the entrance, we see a Meowth, of course, sitting on top of it, and when we get in, we meet these two weird people in weird clothes, one with long red hair and one with bluish, purplish, shoulder long hair. And they are talking about something we simply don't understand. And after that, they accuse me of eavesdropping and call me a twerp, sorry. And then they buckle up. So I don't think too much about it, and I just continue my journey. Then I very fast, actually, the first Pokemon I catch in there is a Onix, which I'm pretty proud of. Then a Geodude, and then a Paras. Then we meet Bugcatcher Kent, who have a Butterfree level 7. And I, of course, use my Eevee level 12, so that's really fast done. And I think it's funny that this fight should be against a Butterfree, because this fight is also the one that gives my Metapod enough HP to finally evolve into a Butterfree. After that, we meet last Evelyn and Bellsprout at level 8. I, of course, use my Eevee, which at this point have leveled up to level 13, so even easier now. And then we meet Super Nerd, the first Super Nerd we ever seen, and he's called Jovan, I think. He have a level 10 Grimer, but again, Eevee level 13, not an issue. And then we catch another Super. Again, after catching that, I meet youngster Rob, who have a Mankey level 8, And I use my Eevee level 13. At this point, very tight Eevee, so therefore we need to finish him off with our Nidoran male at level 12. Then I catch a few more Pokemon. That is 2 Paras, a Clefairy, and a Geodude. And then we meet our first Team Rocket Grunt. And at this point, we have no idea who Team Rocket is or are. But basically, he says that they are the bad guys and I should be terrified for him. But basically, I aren't. But he have a Rattata level 13, so I should crumble in fear. So I use my level 11 Rattata. And again, quickly done with him. Catch another Clefairy, and then it's time for last Miriam. She have a level 8 Clefairy, but again, level 11 Rattata, so we beat her. Youngster just try with his Sandshrew, level 8. And again, Rattata level 11, this time a little bit tight, so we have to finish him off with our Nidoran level 13. Then we caught another Zubat and meet Hiker Marcus. Hiker Marcus have a Geodude at level 10, so I used my Bullsprout level 13, which I didn't thought would have a chance because rocks are very much harder than leaves and plants. But yeah, I think we one hit knockout it, and then he comes back with another level 10 Geodude where we just do the same, so the same happens. Then we caught another Zubat and meet another Team Rocket Grunts. This one we really should fear because he have a Drowsy level 9. So I use my Bullsprout level 14. Then we catch another Zubat, and multiple times through these tunnels we actually meet the weird dressed boy and girl again along with their meows, mostly single, but this time we meet them as a group again. They again talk about things we don't really care about and didn't really care to listen to, but again, they want us to go away, so we do that. Then we meet a Team Rocket Grunt again, our third one, but this time it's a female, so now I'm scared. She have a level 9 Zubat, and I have a Bullsprout level 14 that clearly isn't enough, so again, I need to use my Nidoran level 14. Then we need Super Nerd Miguel, who's talking about some fossils I hadn't even noticed and really didn't care about. But he said I couldn't get them and he would fight me for them, so of course I want to fight. So I use my Nidoran at level 14 and he uses Voltorb as level 10, but I beat it right away, so he used a Magnemite instead, also at level 10, and I beat it too. Then he says I can get one of the fossils, and now I care because now it actually evolves me. So I take the Helix fossil because it's the prettier one, basically. And then afterwards, the weird girl and boys in weird clothes with red and purplish blue hair with their meows actually come up to me and tell me who they are. So they apparently also work for Team Rocket, and they want the fossil. That was what they were looking for, apparently. And they want to fight me for it, but I just got it, so I don't want to give it up. So basically, Jesse and James, which apparently are their names, are using their Pokemon to fight me. So Jessie uses her Ekans at level 12, and James his Coughing at level 12. I have a Nidoran male as level 14, and my Butterfree at level 11. I know my Butterfree is a little underleveled here, but it's also the only final evolution here, so I think we managed, and we clearly did. Then I actually are done with the tunnel, but I have to run all the way back because I didn't find the Moonstone, so with help from my Eevee's tail, I actually find it and get back out again. So yeah, and a lot running around there. But when we get back, or when I went back for the Moonstone, I actually, just before I found it, ran into a Clefable, which is perfect because now I don't need a Moonstone to evolve a Clefairy into Clefable. Now I have a Clefable. Then I found the Moonstone, and then I found a Chansey. So quite luckily that I had to get back to find it actually. And afterwards, when I got my Chansey, my Nidoran male is no longer a Nidoran. It's a Nidorino. And he's finally evolving and it's glorious. And just in time when I actually found the Moonstone, however, I didn't decide to evolve him yet because I want to see if I can get a few more Nidorino attacks on him before I do. And basically we don't need it yet. So I want to give him just a little chance to be a Nidorino, just a little bit. But when he's ready, we are gonna evolve him, trust me. And then we finally get out of all those tunnels again, out to Route 3, and we don't really care about any of the Pokemons. We pick up a few items along the way, but we actually run straight into the sound, and I was aiming for the Pokemon Center. Apparently, Eevee didn't agree on that, even though he was the one unconscious at this point. But he rather go and throw a penny in the fountain, so we did that, and we got 500 because we apparently stole money out of the fountain instead of putting some in. So that was a good decision, apparently. But then we hit for the Pokemon Center, where we meet Tatiana, who wants to trade her Rattata, where I have a boring Rattata, so it was fine, and she offered at a lower one Rattata, so I did that. Fast. I do, however, think mine was higher level than her, but I'm not sure about that, to be honest. Now, inside of the Pokemon Center, we actually find an Eevee trainer. I'm not sure if that's the right word for it, but he's a trainer and he has a wish, because then you know you can be confident with letting him near your Pokemon. But he offered to teach our Eevee Bouncy Bubble, which is a water move, Buzzy Buzz, which is an electric move, and Slissy Slide, which is a fire move. Right away, I go for Bouncy Bubble and Slissy Slide because I want fire and water moves on my Eevee. I didn't really care for the electric, but the basic is I remembered that we are going for a water gym, so I thought it was nice to have Buzzy Buzz just in the backhand if I needed to. But I actually regretted that when we came to the gym. Cerule and Sim, which are this water gym, apparently have a rule that I never heard about before, but you need level 15 Pokemon to enter, which I honestly wasn't sure I had, so I had to go over my Pokemon. I had Eevee at level 13, Rattata at level 12, Bellsprout at level 14, Pidgey at level 14, Butterfree at level 13, and Nidorino at level 16. So I had one Pokemon strong enough. So I got in, but it actually terrified me a little bit that my Pokemons, apparently most of them were underleveled. But again, we needed a water Pokemon or grass type Pokemon to get into the rock gym, and I never even used them. So I was okay. The first trainer we meet is Beauty Lily, who have a Goldeen and level 16. So of course I used my Eevee at level 13. And I thought we would have to fight about it, but basically I used Buzzy Buzz right away, the electric move it learned, which both paralyzes Goldeen and hurt them 2/3 of their HP. Then Goldeen used Peak, which hurt me a 1/8 of my HP, or my Eevee's HP. And then I thought it was my turn, but basically Goldeen used Quick Attack, so they come first and hurt me another 8. So therefore, if you keep tabs, it's a 1/4 of HP we lost at this point. But I use Buddy Buzz and knock it out. Then I move on to Beauty Lily, who actually have a shelter at level 16, which I didn't see coming, to be honest, but good for her. So I use my Eevee again and use Buzzy Buzz, and that knock it out right away. So even though I thought Shelter would be stronger than Goldeen, it apparently couldn't handle the electricity. Then we meet Beauty Daisy, which are the last beauty here, and she have a shield, which I love seals, and it's also level 16. So again, I use my Eevee, which at this point have leveled up to level 14. And basically, I go for Bossy Boss right away, who takes half the HP from the seal, who uses Aquaquit, who hurt me at 4th. So at this point, we have half energy or half HP on Eevee. But we use Bossy Boss again and knock it out. And then it's time for Misty. And I basically didn't know what to expect, but she throw out her Psyduck, which again, I love Psyduck in the anime, but as a Pokemon for Misty, it just doesn't make sense because she never uses a water move on it. She only uses psychic move, and her whole spiel is that she wants water Pokemons with water moves. So it just doesn't make sense for me, but it's level 18, so it's fairly strong compared to mine. So I luckily get in there first with a Bossy Bot, which takes around 3/5 of the HP from the Psyduck and paralyzes it, which helps me a lot, so I can give it another Bossy Buzz without issues and then knock it out. Then she used Starmie at level 19, and here was where the problem started to happen. She got in right away first with the first move, which was Scald, or I'm not sure. Scald, I'm gonna go with. Which brought my Eevee down to 3 HP. I was pretty sure I needed to do a lot right now to make sure that I actually got a chance here. So I used Bossy Buzz right away, and it only did a third of the HP. But paralyzed it, so I could hit him with another Bossy Buzz without issues. But after that, Starmie came in with a Scalp again, which knocked my Eevee out. Then I needed to really think about what I did next, so I used my Butterfree. And Butterfree didn't really get a chance to attack before it was hit with a Psych Wave from Stormy, which took a third of the energy or the HP from my Butterfree right away. Then I used Gust, and I hoped it would do something, and I did get it down to a 6 of its HP. Then I was terrified because it have hurt me a lot already, but luckily the paralyze from Bossy Buzz from Eevee worked this round, so Starmie wasn't able to attack, so therefore I could hit it with another Gust. And then it was literally down to a millimeter of HP at this point, and I thought it was now or never. So I got that one down to 1 millimeter, and then it used Scalp on my Butterfree and got my Butterfree down on 1 millimeter. So both of us was down to like this in HP. And then I tried with Tackle because I needed a attack that just went fast. And I thought it was the fastest attack I actually had. It didn't need to be strong, it just need to hit fast and first. And it did. So I knocked out the Starmie with my Butterfree, and I actually chose my Butterfree for this specific fight because I think it's the last time we're gonna see it on my team. I think I'm gonna change it out so we can get our Kakuna Matata back. Next Sunday, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it, but I feel like Bye Bye Butterfree is about time, and yeah, that's where we are at this point. I got my Cascade badge, and I now have 2 badges, so I'm happy about it. With all of the issues I apparently have on this channel, it went so well. I will though remind you, this is my second channel. I also have a first channel, which is Nisse Zoo, where I play Planet Zoo. It's not all for Planet Zoo gamers, because a lot of what I talk about is like last week I told about how we can help kids around the world to have a better Christmas, and normally I talk about either the environment or teach around the animals who lives where they live, why are they extinct or can be extinct, and which animals we need to help, and basically a lot of animals people never heard about. So if you just love Pokemon, then you maybe also love animals, and then I would like to see there over too. I put a lot more videos over there than I do here. This is only at this point Livestream Sunday, recaps the Thursday, but soon we gonna get Pokemon Violet, and I'm gonna play that shit on this channel. I'm not sure, either I will have one time a week where I make a live stream like this, or else I think about maybe Monday to Thursday, an hour a day, something like that, so people can tune in after work or something like that when it fits them. I haven't decided yet, but I have plans for this channel. I know there's not that much on it yet, but I do have plans. This is more relaxing, more for fun, and especially Relax Sunday are all about fun and just relaxing. You can tune in and play your own game simultaneously. It doesn't have to be Pokemon. You can just join the conversation. There's no rules. We don't have to do anything in a particular order. It's just relaxing. But when we get the new game that we will play, I will keep playing Relaxing Sunday. When we are done with Let's Go Eevee, maybe we change it up to another game, but its theme about Relaxing Sunday will stay the same. Where when I go through Violet for the first time, I really want to kind of engage with it and focus more on the game, but Relaxing Sunday is relaxing, so we can do what we want. Anyway, guys, I've been talking way too much, and you probably rather be anywhere else at this point, so go do that. And you know the drill, guys. Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notification so you know the next time I upload a video. I really hope to see you again either in the comments below or in the next video. Bye, guys.